What's going on, guys? Hey, it's Anthony, and thank you guys for tuning in to the Wrenched Out Garage. Today we are going to be adding a little bit of flavor to the good old new truck behind me. It's sunny here today. It's just absolutely beautiful, so I thought, why not throw the new exhaust on. So let's go over to the truck here. Hopefully I don't blow it out with get overexposed too much. But anyways, we have right here the Gibson 9013 Extreme dual exhaust, and the truck currently has, let me go over to it real quick, the single exhaust. There it is. It's got the chrome exhaust tip on it, and then just the basic exhaust that comes with the truck. But ultimately it's going to be pretty similar to this, but we're going to have duals, and it's their Extreme, so it's supposed to sound pretty good. I did get it in the aluminum version simply because I wasn't going to buy this exhaust, to tell you the truth, but I got it for a smoking deal. I will put the link below if you're interested in it. I have no idea how it sounds or anything. You saw the short clip of how the truck sounds stock. But it was definitely time for an upgrade for this bad boy. Again, I got it for a really good deal, so I decided why not go with it. So we're going to do a quick install on this guy and see how it sounds as we are still working on the old new truck. Real quick, I want to thank everybody that's been tuning into the Wrenched Out Garage. Just overall, we're doing more videos with the Camaro. We are also doing more videos with the V-Rod. Right now, the garage, as you can see, I got stuff everywhere. That's kind of a normal thing by now if you've been watching for any amount of time. I've got generally all kinds of stuff going on. There we go, so I'm not so dark. So generally we have all kinds of stuff going on, but today we're working on the old new truck. So let's get under there, see what kind of tools we need, and well, actually, let me take that back for a second. Let's open up the Gibson exhaust, see what it comes with, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so here is the exhaust. Let's pop this bad boy, and it's their Extreme Dual, so it should sound pretty good. Gibson's been making exhaust for quite some time, so let's see what comes in this box. Again, if you guys are interested in this, I'll throw a link to this exhaust and others down below. So let's see what we have. So obviously we got two stainless steel single wall exhaust tips. Let's put those to the side here. Let's see what else. Obviously the box comes kind of wrapped in this stuff. Gibson exhaust decal, which will get to go into the good old garage, so that's kind of cool. Always appreciate a good decal. Alright, what else do we got in this guy? So obviously in this sense, really we're going to be adding a pipe, and that's really what I'm thinking all we got here. In addition to the regular stuff, so there's obviously a wheel well bend. Another bend. And actually, let me kind of take this off so I can show you guys what it looks like. On there, there's another piece. One cool thing I did note about this exhaust when I was getting it was they've got actual welded fittings, which is nice. And they use, instead of strapping, they have insulators and everything for it, so that's really nice as well. Of course, our instructions. Alright, and then we're hooking to the catalytic converter that's located on the front. Let me show you guys real quick kind of what it looks like. Let me make sure it zooms in. So there it is. So we're going, there's the cat, and then we go replace the muffler, and then just go right over. It's pretty simple, fairly simple setup here. Has all the part numbers, so we'll match everything up, driver and passenger side. We'll do that before we do the install, so when we go to get ready to install this, it is really simple. So real basic and simple instructions. What else do we got? We have the muffler in this box right here. You slide that out of the way. So actually, let's take a look at the muffler real quick. It's the Super Flow. So there it is right there. So obviously pretty straightforward. Let's see if I can show you guys kind of the chambering in this at all. It might be too dark, but I mean, it's a fairly straight through design, so we'll see what it sounds like after the install on this. But so there's the muffler right here. I'm gonna throw this over on the side, because that'll go for the install. Well, obviously all of it will go for the install, but just to start lining it up, we've got A, which is the head pipe, 701065. So it looks like it's this guy right here. So that's our first piece we're going to install, catalytic converter to this to the muffler. And then let's see if we can figure this out. So C, which is going to be the driver's side, is actually, they did a pretty good job on this because it's all singles, and it looks like the runoffs, the tips out, are close enough to the ends to where it's not going to be so crazy. So you can see here kind of how it all lines up. But so C is 069. There it is. So this goes like that. Put it on this side. E is going to be 626. No, I guess E is the same on both sides. So this goes that way. And this other guy looks like it goes like, yeah, looks like it goes like that. So it's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Really, it's what, 5-6 parts. Obviously a bunch of hardware. And then we have the tips. Let's take a look at these guys real quick. I'm not going to put these on until the very end, obviously. They come, that's nice. They do come wrapped. Yep. Not too bad. So that is the tips on them. Now I wonder, let me check something. Let me check something real quick. So let's grab some, let's go ahead and try to get this old exhaust off. I'll probably time lapse it because it's not going to be very fun watching it. But I already hit it with some lube to hopefully get it broken up and everything. So let's get under the truck and try to get that exhaust off. Alright guys, so we are right here, crawled kind of under the truck, and so what you're up against if you're going to install an exhaust pretty much of any kind on this year or any year similar to this on an F150, especially if it's older, I would highly suggest soaking. If it goes to here, so there's the muffler. Let's see if I can, it'll show it. So there's the muffler, here's the cat. And so on this system, we've got to take out this bolt right here. And then down a little ways, I'll show you guys that there's some hangers that we're going to take out. And then of course we are going to take out this hanger right here, and that's going to make up the exhaust. So I'm going to just start off by unclamping it here, because that's where that mid pipe's going to go. And then really we're just going to kind of undo each one of these little isolators. Now, one thing I do suggest using is a pry bar. It makes it a little bit easier. I already shot some spray lube into it, so hopefully this goes fairly quick. But the truck doesn't have a lot of miles, but it obviously has some rust on the current exhaust, so it will hopefully not be too crazy on taking it off. But let's go ahead and get this started and see what happens. So a quick note, this little thing right here notches, let me move the camera, sorry about this, notches on the top. So what you're gonna have to do is twist it. Another thing is back there, I know you can't really see it, there is an isolator and a mount that goes on the back of the muffler, on the front of the muffler, and then up on the back of the exhaust pipe. So I went ahead and removed those. It's a 10 mil. And what I did was ultimately take off the two rear isolators, shot all of it with deep creep, and really I got the top of this aligned, and it aligns perfect because it actually hits the side of your truck. And what you'll want to do is get it all aligned, and then I did a little tapping on this muffler to kind of get it moving backwards, and it moved backwards and I pulled it out. So that is it. I'm going to pull this muffler out, and then we're going to start installing the new exhaust. Alright guys, so it's I think about a week later after I did the install on the exhaust. It was actually starting to rain. I had some little bit of a technical difficulty with the cameras. And then actually even removing the exhaust on this, anytime you have an older truck, granted this truck is, you know, 2012, so it's quite a bit older. But anyways, let's talk about the exhaust real quick, and a couple of things you got to consider. Number one, I did dismount the muffler. Don't forget about the let me show you here. Let's see if I can let me see if I can find the best angle for this. There we go. I think there's the rear bracket up there, and then the one over there. Try not to bump the camera too much. So don't forget about those when you're uninstalling, and it's easier if you just drop everything down, twist the pipe, and then get it off there. Now, a couple of things to note, and I haven't had time to change it. I will be changing these clamps that come with this exhaust. They suck. They're cheap ass aluminum. So make sure, and already went and bought like the hardened steel or hardened aluminum or whatever they are from the local auto parts store. I got them from Napa for a couple bucks. But actually, I'm getting ready to take off, and when I return, more than likely what I'll do is just get all this stuff welded up so it's sealed. That is the one thing. These things strip out, and they don't work well. Now, a thing that I did have to do, because this exhaust is actually for the 5.4 or 4.6, obviously I have the 5.0, and when I did the install, the other reason I stopped was this muffler wasn't fitting, and I was sitting there wondering what I'm going to do. Am I going to return it, take it all back apart? But Ford, there's a mount. Let me move this camera around here. Sorry about all the movement. Let me see if I can show you. So this mount on the stock is hooked here. So I just moved it back, and it fits perfectly into this movement, giving me the insulator there to hold the pipe, and everything goes right back up. So it did work. Like I said, I got this exhaust for a smoking deal. Had I not, I would never have probably bought this. Not to say anything's wrong with Gibson. I think it sounds okay. I think it'll sound a lot better and be a lot better once I get it all welded up, because I'm sure that there's some there's some leaks. In fact, the clamp on the other side came loose, and that's the reason I ended up having to buy new clamps. But like I said, I'm going to weld this. Overall, the installation is very simple. Anybody can do it. Let's go take a look at what it looks like. All right, so this is a dual, it is dual exit, and it's not out the back, it's actually cornered out right here. So as you can see, there it is, sticks out. Obviously you can adjust that as much as you want to adjust it, whether you want to pull the tip out further, pull the tip in, but the pipe's sitting right about here. So you can go and tuck it all the way back if you want. I like how that looks. I'll show you the other side real quick. It's a little bit windy today. So it looks pretty good. So let me grab the keys and we'll listen to it. Now I've had MBRP, Gibson, I've had Flowmaster, and all brands, Borla. For the price, oh, and one other thing, let me show you here. These aren't the tips. I actually put the tips away. They had single wall tips. I put my old MBRP tips on them, which are these guys right here, because it's double rolled. I like how they look. I think they look better. The other ones were just, like I said, single walled. But let's listen to this bad guy right here. So we'll just auto start it. So overall, it doesn't sound bad. It looks pretty good. It's gonna do the job. As really my goal with this truck overall is, you know, obviously the exhaust and all of that, do some minor upgrades or some other upgrades, but it's, you know, it's got some pretty good scratches and dings and dents in it, which is okay, because I'm gonna turn it into kind of my on-off-road truck, so I can get out and do some filming stuff, get out. There's a couple of off-road trails I want to go on, and just overall truck. So I'm not overly concerned with it. I will be getting the top painted here, hopefully, or I'll paint it myself. Other than that, I mean, the truck's been doing really well. I did obviously one exhaust on it. So that's the Gibson Exhaust. I'll put a link to this below and some of their other ones. You may want to keep an eye on it if you're just looking for exhaust for your truck, just because overall, like I said, I mean, it sounds decent. It's obviously, it'll sound better once it's been resonates a little bit, and also it's all sealed up. I don't think there's any major leaks. I've been watching it, crawling under it for the last week, and overall it sounds good. It also sounds good when you're cruising. It's not overbearing. It's their Xtreme dual. I don't think it's very extreme at all, to tell you the truth, but I do think it sounds good on the highway or on the local roads. It's not overbearing. Now, if that's something you want to do, obviously there's plenty of options for you. This is the Gibson. This is what I ran with. So let's wrap it up there, guys. Hey, thank you for tuning in to the Wrenched Out Garage. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys in the next video.